appeal so much over the last couple of decades that it's become one of those catch-all phrases, meaning just about anything. And indeed, any unusual feature on a flat, otherwise featureless bottom can be considered structure. But the real trick in walleye fishing is identifying the productive structures in a body of water. And more often than not, these are the larger, more complex points, sunken islands, and troughs. When you learn to define and dissect these megastructures, you're on your way to some hot summer walleye fishing.
Yes, sir. This has got a little weight to it.
Okay, I'm gonna get that net, Mark.
Walleyes live on large, complex structure for a good part of the year, from early spring until into the fall. Finding them on that structure can be a real game of hide and seek. We found this one. It's a decent fish. It was sitting right on that transition area, Dan. Ooh.
Oh, there's a little bit of weight there, Mark.
You're gonna have to reach out with this long leader.
I see it. It's a big
here,
fish, Mark. Back up just a little bit.
There he is.
Ooh, got him. Ah, there he is, Mark.
Ooh. Decent, huh?
Let's face it, folks. Fish on large, complex structures have got a lot of room to roam and hide out. And today, Mark and I are going to outline some strategies for locating fish, even on very large, complex structures. Getting close, Mark. Come here, Mr. Marker. Gotcha.
Let's run down here a little ways, Dan. About a quarter mile down, there's a nice little point. It's a kind of a tapering point that usually is holding some good fish.
You know, when you're checking out a major structural element, you got to break it down into bite-sized chunks, and you want to look for points, pockets, turns, sharper breaks, different types of bottom. Could be rocks, could be sand, could be muck. You want to get out and play hide and seek with these fish. They're out there, you just got to turn over the right rock to find them. This particular underwater bar is over a mile long, but there are only 5 or 6 high percentage areas along it. Mark and I are not going to waste time fishing the whole structure. We'd be old and gray by the time we were done. But by using our electronics, we're simply going to identify and fish specific areas that have the highest potential for holding walleye. Accurately interpreting the electronics is a must because there are underwater eyes for locating prime spots. Some of the elements we're searching for are major points, humps, inside corners, sharp drop-offs, changes in bottom composition, concentrations of baitfish, and of course, walleyes. Once we've located a likely spot, we'll drop a marker, because once we find the walleyes, we want to be darn sure we stay on them. Eliminating water is more than just finding a productive looking spot like a point or a pocket or a turn. It's finding a pattern, part of which means finding a point. And what we've found out today is that the walleyes are not up on the shallow lip, but they're down in the basin in a transition area, probably 27 to 32 feet deep. And the baitfish is down a little bit deeper today too. And since we are fishing deeper, we've got a more vertical presentation, fishing very precise and very slowly to trigger these somewhat inactive or neutral fish into biting.
A lot of times when they get active, they'll move up, 6, 7, 8 feet towards that upper lip. You know, once they get up in that position, then a lot of times you can use a like a speed trolling spinner presentation, move by them a little faster, they're aggressive, you know, they'll you'll trigger a response from them.
Got one going, Mark. Oh, there he is. Oh, big fish. This is a good fish. Yeah, it's a long way out though.
Yeah, how are we coming?
I'll tell you, we're coming right off the tip of that spot. Gotta look at him yet. There he is. You know, you're coming off the tips of these spots and understanding your locator and what you're seeing and looking for transition areas and then feeling for the different bottom types of contents and composition. Here, take a look at this fish. Look at this. It's a dandy boy. Look at that. There you go.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Whoa, take a look at this, folks. It's what it's all about. Whoa. Big walleyes live on real specific spots on major structural elements. And finding fish, and I mean big walleyes like this, is just a process of elimination. And let your electronics do the work for you. Mark, let's go get some more.